And the Wright brothers said they thought they had invented something that could make peace on Earth when their wonderful flying machine took off at Kitty Hawk into the kingdom of birds. But the Parliament of Birds was freaked out by this man-made bird and fled to heaven. And then the famous Spirit of St. Louis took off eastward and flew across the big pond with Lindy at the controls in his leather helmet and goggles, hoping to sight the doves of peace. But he did not, even though he circled Versailles. And then the famous Flying Clipper took off in the opposite direction and flew across the terrific Pacific. But the Pacific doves were frightened by this strange amphibious bird and hid in the Orient sky. And then the famous Flying Fortress took off, bristling with guns and testosterone to make the world safe for peace and capitalism. But the birds of peace were nowhere to be found before or after Hiroshima. And so then clever men built bigger and faster flying machines, and these great man-made birds with jet plumage flew higher than any real birds and seemed about to fly into the sun and melt their wings and like Icarus crash to earth. And the Wright brothers were long forgotten in the high-flying bombers that now began to visit their blessings on various third worlds, all the while claiming they were searching for doves of peace. And they kept flying and flying until they flew right into the 21st century. And then one fine day, a third world struck back and stormed the Great Plains and flew them straight into the beating heart of skyscraper America, where there were no aviaries and no parliaments of doves. And in a blinding flash, America became a part of the scorched earth of the world. And a wind of ashes blows across the land, and for one long moment in eternity, there is chaos and despair, and buried loves and voices, cries and whispers fill the air everywhere.